3x minus 2 is less than x squared minus 6, which is in turn is less than or equal to 8. We've got two separate problems here, the left-hand side inequality and the right-hand side. So let's have a look at the left-hand side inequality first then. So here, we've got this thing here. So that gives, well, we can leave the x squared where it is. I'm reading it from right to left. Move the 3x over to be with it to become minus 3x. And also leave the minus 6, but move the minus 2 over to become plus 2. Plus 2 takes 6 is minus 4. So I've moved these two objects in effect in my mind's eye over here to be with these two. And I can read that now, I've got that there, and I'm reading from right to left, so that will be greater than, and then there's nothing left then, is there? So we get that. So here this is a quadratic. Let's just factorize it, if it does. 4 ones, I think, yes, and it would be a minus 4 plus 1, wouldn't it? Is greater than 0. So the roots are at 4 and also at minus 1. We've got a U-shaped curve. So when is this above the x-axis? Well, it would be when x is bigger than 4, because this thing is bigger than 0. And it also is above the x-axis when x is less than, on this side of minus 1, isn't it? We've got positives there. So there's the two intervals that we have as a result of the first inequality on the left-hand side. Let's have a look at the right-hand side now. Inequality, and here we can just read it as x squared. Move that minus 6 over to be with the 8 and add it. So we're adding it, 6 plus 8 is 14. So if we sketch that then, we've got x squared standard quadratic curve, U-shaped curve, less than or equal to 14. So we could mark off 14 as well. There's the value 14 here. And then we can read off the roots. These values when they equal one another, just square root basically. Imagine this is an equals in your mind's eye and square root. You get root 14 here and minus root 14 there. So that implies then, for this to be less than that, this curve needs to be under the value of 14, but it can touch 14. That happens in this interval here, doesn't it? So x can go up to and touch root 14. And it can go down to and touch minus the square root of 14. Okay, so there's our two inequalities then that we've obtained from the left-hand side and the right-hand side part of the problem. So let's draw a picture of that then. So here, what have we got? Well, let's just draw a number line. Now let's mark off 4 here. We'll put 0 in, so we can picture where we are. Let's put minus 1 in. Now the left-hand side we'll put above here. We'll draw it as an interval number line, shall we? So x is bigger than 4, so put a circle to denote 4 is not included. That's okay, and that carries on. X is bigger than 4, and it's less than minus 1, so again put a hollow circle to denote that the minus 1 isn't included, and it can go back any distance this way. Now the right-hand side then, let's put that down as well. Let's put a picture of that. We'll put it here underneath. So the right-hand side interval, it goes from root 14, root 16 is 4, so root 14 is just underneath. And root 14 on this side, we can put it there, minus root 14. So here we've got, it can go up to and touch root 14, so we've got a dot to denote it touches. And it goes down to and touches minus root 14, so we've basically got this interval here. And now we've just got that small interval here, so there's a gap here. When do these two both coincide? Because when they both coincide, both inequalities are satisfied, aren't they? So in our mind's eye, if we picture these lines together, move them together in our mind's eye and see where the overlap is, well, there's no overlap here, is there? But the overlap, the only overlap we can see is when we put these, merge these two lines together here. And the overlap goes in this segment here, from here, that's the overlap, but it doesn't include the point there at minus 1. And it goes down to, and it includes, this value here is included, isn't it? And there's the x values. So they go up to -1, and they go down to minus root 14. So we can see that x can go up to, but not touch -1, and it can go down to and touch minus the square root of 14.